ISIS Audio presents an unabridged recording of Meat is Murder, written by Chris McDonald and read by Stephen Armstrong. The moral right of the author has been asserted. This performance is owned by ISIS Audio. Chapter 1. Chicken. A fine example of Northern Ireland's famous summers was in full bloom. There had been an hour of glorious sunshine in the morning, followed by a biblical downpour. Despite the rain, Tyler Love smiled as the padlock clicked into place. He gave his comrade, who was now chained to the fence, a pat on the shoulder before walking up the line of bodies like he was their military commander. He grinned at each person in turn as he passed by, and doled out words of passion. "We are the history makers." That caused a cheer that gave Tyler a boost. Not that he needed one. He already felt like John Wayne. "Change is not a threat. It's an opportunity." No cheer this time. Probably a bit too wordy for these simpletons, he thought. He raised a fist and some of his crew gave him a stoic nod in return, their minds turning to the task at hand, though really there wasn't too much to think about. All they had to do was make sure that the owners of the abattoir and the investor whose teeth they planned on suckling from couldn't access the property. When Tyler got to the end of the line, he bent down and stroked the cheek of the last protester. Helena lifted her chin and met Tyler's eyes, fire blazing in her own. He pressed his lips against hers and then refocused himself on what he was here to do. He marched to the gate of the abattoir and pulled the chain around his middle. It was thicker than the others, more heavy-duty. It wasn't needed, particularly, but it was an effective subliminal way of showing that he was making the biggest statement. "If it wasn't for this great hunk of metal holding me back, there'd be no chance for these butchers of death." That's the message he wanted to give off. Making sure it wasn't too tight, he slipped the padlock in between two links and pressed down, securing himself in place. He looked down the line at his fellow bunch of ragtags, all giving up their Saturday for the greater good. The T-shirts had been a great idea, though he had been loath to admit it. Giving Willow praise always seemed to upset the power balance in the group.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?